What's going on? This is My Thoughts Uncut, and I am Terrence Manning. I want to talk about the whole Diddy case, the whole Diddy trial. So, as you know, he was found not guilty on the RICO charge, which is racketeering. He was found not guilty on the sex trafficking charge, two counts. The first count was against Cassie, not guilty. Second one was against 50 Cent's baby mama, and she went by Jane. Not sure why. Everybody already knew who she is, so not sure why she did that. He was found guilty on the count of prostitution, both counts, with Cassie and with 50 Cent's baby mama. Um, my thoughts are he's not guilty. I don't know when was it a crime to be a freak, to buy a whole bunch of baby oil, to do sexual things with your partner consensually, and when was it a crime to fly someone from one state to another to basically have fun, to do things inside of your bedroom? Do I condone the things he did? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't share my woman with anyone. But that's his preference. That was her preference. Not only that, Cassie also was notorious in this whole trial for setting all this up. She set pretty much majority of these free calls off. And the men that participated, the key was they did get paid after the fact. P. Diddy paid him after the fact. Cassie never paid him. Now, I know Cassie had immunity, which to me is bogus because during his trial, she seemed like she did the bulk of the work, the bulk of the recruiting. There were text messages where she messaged Diddy about meeting up with a guy or a possible prospect and seemed very excited about it. Would tell Diddy that she misses the freak offs. Um, she told the prosecution, that she would have to recover for about 2 to 4 days, I believe. But with the text messages with Diddy, it was the contrary. She did not seem like she had to recover for long. She kept saying she missed it, and she would say that, oh, because of my relationship with Diddy and because of these freak offs, I didn't have time to work on my music and yada yada yada. But then when the defense talked to her, cross-examined her, she claimed, oh, all these celebrities, all these musicians that she did songs with, and she claimed she did about she had 1,000 songs that she did while with P Diddy. So it ain't adding up. It ain't making sense. And I think that the court, the jurors, they saw that. Look, this woman recorded these freak offs. She threatened someone when one of the guys, I believe, thought he had mentioned that he heard that they were having freak offs. She threatened him, according to documents, the court documents, according to the case, according to the trial. I'm trying to be very legit here what I'm saying because this is all documented now. She admitted to these freak offs. She admitted to loving him. She admitted that she was with another man. She cheated on that man with Diddy. Then she got into a relationship with Diddy. The man she's with now, her husband, she was with him as a personal trainer. So was she doing her own thing? How was their relationship? Was it an open relationship or her and as well? We all know Diddy was messing around with just more than her. She was the main chick. She admitted she got jealous of other women taking her spot. So it's just a lot. And you can't tell me that being a freak is a crime that you need to spend the rest of your life in jail for. That's ridiculous. There's regular men out here that are freaks, and they not going to jail for buying baby oil or being a cuckold for your girl. It's crazy. Um, this is this is outrageous that they even charged him with this. I believe it was a big waste of time. I believe they could have went after people that are actual criminals. Is Diddy guilty of domestic violence? Absolutely. Is he guilty of being a freak? Double absolutely. But with the whole domestic violence, statute of limitation, you can't do anything about it now. You can't go to trial for that. And I believe this all stemmed from the whole Ciroc issue. He wanted ownership with Ciroc. I believe part ownership, not full ownership, but part ownership of Ciroc. Didn't happen. And right after that, all of a sudden, tapes got leaked of domestic violence in a hotel. And from what they said was he's the one that paid to get those tapes. Now, did the feds have those tapes as well? Or when they did the raid? No. See? What happened was, I believe, other people had the tapes too. Tapes got leaked right after the Ciroc issue. Then all of a sudden, him and Cassie, they had well, no, they didn't go to trial. He basically gave her what, 20 million? Yeah, 20 million. Then I believe the hotel that it happened in with the domestic violence, they gave her 10 million. She got 30 million total. So 30 million total. Then she's going to court for the prosecution to testify against this man to claim that he was some kind of animal towards her when, by all accounts, she was consensual in everything she did, other than domestic violence. And she did actually say that she would hit him at first. She would initiate hitting him too. So, is this a toxic relationship? That's what an ordinary person would think. For the people who are outraged about him not being guilty, he wasn't on trial for domestic violence. The man was on trial for prostitution, sex trafficking, and the RICO charge, racketeering, which he was a one-man solo pretty much. We all thought he was going to have all these celebrities that got subpoenaed, that was going to testify that, yeah, I saw him do this. He was with minors. None of that happened. None of that transpired. And they confiscated everything. The majority of the tapes that they had was actually Cassidy's possession. It was actually tapes, videos that she recorded. So all this hoopla was for nothing. All these celebrities that were going to testify against him never happened. All these celebrities that were supposed to testify on his behalf for the defense didn't even happen. From what I read, the defense didn't even want him to testify, nor they didn't want any witnesses to testify. Once I found out that they didn't want witnesses to testify, that's when I was thinking, okay, he might get off. He might not spend much time in jail. And it's just crazy how this kind of took over what's going on with the world right now. And I also think it was kind of distraction too for what's going on in the world. But, I like to cover stuff like this. I want to thank everyone for watching. I want you guys to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I interact with my audience. I would love to hear what you guys say, what you ladies got to say. But I personally think that he's innocent, can't be a freak, go to jail. That doesn't make any sense. Look, hope everyone has a good night. Get your baby oil. Have a good night. And I need a girl to ride, ride, ride.